We've heard a lot of excuses today about reasons not to vote for the budget. A no is always an easy vote to make in this business. It takes no courage and does nothing to advance the issues that you care most about. We've heard members object to the environmental funding in this budget. The decision to use special funds to operate the operations of DEP. In fact, in this budget, we preserved the Key 93 funds that the governor had proposed to spend. We worked with him and decided to save that fund completely. The Environmental Stewardship Fund, ladies and gentlemen, still has millions and millions of dollars to fund many, many projects. We're only using the savings that are there in surplus. And the governor is right to do that. And I commend him for that, rather than to propose new taxes on Pennsylvania. We've heard members object to the home care workers not getting support. Well, in fact, 790 increases their wages by 2% for those who work with seniors and people with physical disabilities. Mr. Speaker, I've heard people say, oh, we're cutting mass transit. I'd like somebody to point that out to me where it's at in the budget, because that's not true. Next, we've heard about poverty. You know, Mr. Speaker, I've been here a long time, and I believe every member of this General Assembly cares about people, or they wouldn't be here. But I must say, in the last 6 months, for all the talk of poverty on this House floor today, I have yet to have one person who's talked about poverty today come and talk to me about how we can find solutions. Because I can tell you, I have been working on poverty issues, and I have witnesses to say that we have on this side of the aisle, and I believe some of you on that side have. But it takes more than cheap political talk about poverty. It takes action, and it takes it by working bipartisanly to solve those issues. Mr. Speaker, we've seen an increase of 5.2% increase in the personal income tax in Pennsylvania. I think that says that workers in Pennsylvania are earning a lot more money. People heard about fairness in corporate taxes. Guess what? Corporate taxes are up over 21%, almost 22% this year. So I'd say they're probably doing pretty good, considering the fact that we're the highest taxed corporate state in the nation. And then again, to show how well our economy in Pennsylvania is doing, our sales tax is up 7.6% over last year. Another indication that working men and women of this Commonwealth are doing well. Is everyone? No, not everyone isn't. But you don't get to improve their lives by just talking about it. It takes real action and working bipartisanly among Republicans and Democrats to solve those problems. And if you want to solve those problems, you have to come together. This isn't Washington. We're all willing to work together to solve the problems of this Commonwealth, because we recognize we all want to make this state the keystone state of this nation again. But that requires bipartisanship. I want to thank the governor for working with me and the leaders, and Representative Dermody and Representative Bradford and others leaders who've worked together to try and solve many of the problems of this Commonwealth. And no one budget ever solves all the problems in this Commonwealth. None. But we can solve them one by one and working together. And I ask my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to be positive about our future in this Commonwealth and not so negative, because we are solving problems in this budget for working men and women. We aren't addressing special needs. If we were addressing special interest groups in Mr. Speaker, if we were addressing special interests in this budget would be a lot higher, because there's a lot of special interests out there who want a lot of spending and who want a lot of tax increases. But, Mr. Speaker, this budget addresses the needs of real Pennsylvanians, working men and women who work very hard to pay their taxes and who care about other Pennsylvanians as well, and that's why they write checks out and make donations. I ask for the people of this Commonwealth to expect this General Assembly to work bipartisanly to solve our problems, and more importantly, to pass a budget that serves the people of Pennsylvania well.